All right. Welcome everyone on Facebook. We've had a time to kind of introduce ourselves, talk about what we really like to do to move our bodies today. And so I want to invite you to join us either on Facebook Live or on the Zoom. And I want to introduce our speaker for today. So Shawna Weitekamp is the owner of FIT4MOM Northwest Valley, serving moms and families in North Phoenix, Anthem, Cave Creek, Carefree, and Glendale. She's a mom of 2 young girls and has found her way through motherhood by exercise and friendship. She was a FIT4MOM instructor for 4 years before owning her own franchise. She hopes to provide not only great workouts, but a community of moms and kids, a place where moms can go to make strides in fitness, motherhood, and life, while their kids have fun and build friendships too. So welcome, Shawna. We're so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so grateful for Fourth Trimester for having me here.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. Well, we're totally excited to hear about what you have to say, because I know I could definitely use a lot more movement and exercise in my life to help relieve my mental load.
Absolutely. I will start with a little introduction. Shawna Weitekamp, born and raised here in Arizona. My 2 girls are Kennedy and Lucy. They are 9 and almost 6 years old. We were talking earlier about all the 6-year-olds. I graduated from ASU with a bachelor in health science. I'm a certified personal trainer through NCCPT, and I am certified in all things Fit for Mom. So Fit for Baby, our prenatal program, Stroller Strides and Stroller Bar, which is where you bring your kids to work out with you in their strollers. The mom-only classes are Body Well and Body Boost, which is our HIIT program, Run Club, which has been super fun. Before I was a mom, though, I was a professional musical theater performer, choreographing shows, directing shows, music directing shows. And so I would have to say, like, one of the things that I do love the most to move my body is dancing. You can go through so many emotions and dance in so many different ways to really express all of those feelings. As I've grown older and gotten more into the exercise field, definitely the Fit for Mom has been a blessing because you bring your kids with you. That's been such a joy to have that time to connect with other moms, to connect with your kids as you give them tickles and squat in front of them. And I absolutely in love with trail running, which is we're doing Run Club right now, exploring all of the mountains in Arizona. It's been a blast. So definitely want to talk today about the mental load of motherhood and the importance of having a village and exercising to relieve some of that mother load pressure. And I call it a mother load because it is. The load of mental motherhood is insane. So as I said before, I had children. I was very social around children or around people constantly. We would be in rehearsals Tuesday through Sunday, 8 to 12 hours a day. We would have 8 shows a week. We'd then go out afterwards, like constantly just socializing. And then once I had baby, it just stopped. And I was at home by myself with my baby that I loved so much and that I prayed for and wished for and longed for, but I was so tired and so lonely. I seemed to arrive at this stage way before any of my friends at that time had. So they were still off living their young adult lives, and I was here taking care of this little one. We did have family in town, and of course they would come over and offer to help, but I didn't always necessarily feel like I could ask for help or accept their help. I'm not sure why moms often feel like they have to do all of this alone, but motherhood wasn't meant to be done alone. A couple of weeks ago, I was listening to the Shameless Mom Academy podcast, and she mentioned something super interesting. Like back in the 1950s, even before that, many moms, their job was to run the household, take care of the children. But as the decades progressed and continued on, women started taking on more and more responsibilities outside of the house that didn't or they couldn't delegate any of their household duties. So their invisible mental load of motherhood became heavier. As I was growing up, I saw motherhood being modeled by my mom and my grandparents who could do it all, and they seemed to do it with ease. Speaking now to my mom, I know that that wasn't the case, but from the outside looking in, as a child, it's definitely how it seemed. I mean, I strived to be like that. I daydreamed about having a career and being a mom, never having to ask for help, juggling all the things and doing it with ease. But that's not exactly how it's working. I want to talk what exactly is the mental load that I'm referencing. So I remember, I think it was with my first, I was like 2 in the morning and I was rocking her back to sleep and I was scrolling through Pinterest and I found this motherhood meme about how motherhood kind of equates to a computer with 100 browsers open at the same time. And that feels very accurate. Mental load looks like a to-do list that is just always in your head, day or night, like wakes you up at 3 in the morning. You can't go back to sleep because you start thinking about all of these things, like doctor appointments that you need to make for your kids or for yourself, coordinating transportation to after school activities, like homework, projects for school. What am I going to make for dinner? What am I going to make for lunch? Which kid likes crust on their sandwich and which one doesn't touch the string cheese even though they asked for it? Like having healthier choices and non-processed foods in the house, the career outside of motherhood, outside of the home with your work projects and emails and deadlines, and staying up to date on recalls for food and for toys and like house projects, paying the bills, the medical bills, getting stuff for taxes, birthdays, getting gifts for birthdays, your teachers' birthdays for school, what's their favorite coffee, because you have to bring a coffee on their birthday, filling out forms to register for next year, because that's already happening. I don't know how this year has flown by so fast. Which days of school are half days or no school days, and which clothes need to be pulled out of the dresser and added back in as kids age. Is the house clean? Is the laundry done? We have pets. I need to feed them. What about their appointments and their medicine? I need to find a sitter for date night. We're leaving town, so we got to pack and make sure we have extra medicine in case anybody gets sick. We need to make sure we're checking in with our parents and our grandparents, see if they need anything, especially during this pandemic and they're not going out. You need to bring them like groceries and make sure it's just that they're still connecting with the outside world. Making sure we have masks every time we leave the house, because I know I forget them, but then also having a backup in the car at all times. I mean, oh yeah, also being an elementary school teacher when the school shuts down and you have to go virtual because there was a case at school. I mean, there is 97 different facts about your children that you could spout off at any time of the day. This list goes on, and it's always there. I know that I'm not alone. Please know that you are not alone, and we are not meant to handle this load all by ourselves. In other cultures, they have extended families that band together, and they often live in the same house to help raise that child. We live in a time where families could be spread across town, across the country, across the world. We may not have access to that familial village of help. So where can we turn and how do we find our village? It's important to remember that we may have a partner that's maybe not seeing your invisible mental load or may not know what you're going through. So it's important to talk with them, ask them about their own mental load, because even though we don't see theirs, they may have a lot going on as well. Share yours, ask for help from them when you need it. I mean, my husband doesn't know that I have 80,000 things running through my head and that I've scheduled my day with no breaks. He may ask me to run an errand and I'm like, wow, I don't know. I just don't know right now. So it's important to have that communication going and open and figuring out a plan together so that maybe you can share the load with each other. As women, we definitely need more than just our partner, though. We need to find other moms in the same age and stage as motherhood as we are. And we could find them by, it could be as simple as like walking to the park and finding moms there. Library, if they're open, when they open, you can often find like kids classes there. Fourth trimester is offering this incredible opportunity to connect families and moms and make this virtual village right now. And when you're in person, that's in-person village. Facebook has so many mommy groups. And I see moms every day begging for that connection, asking for friendship. You could search for local MOPS groups. There are FIT4MOM locations all over Arizona, all across the country. Moms are out there. They want to find you. They want to connect. I found my village because my sister-in-law invited me to a FIT4MOM class after my first was born. And like I mentioned earlier, I was extremely social, and then it abruptly stopped, and I had sort of gotten into this dark place. Didn't really realize it when it was happening, but looking back on it now, I feel it. So it took a lot of courage. It took a couple of times of her asking for me to actually get up and go to class. But once I went, I never looked back. I knew that I had to come every day to make those connections. Even though I had my daughter with me, I was speaking to other humans, to adults. I was moving my body outside, getting fresh air. I could bounce my hopes and my fears and my questions off these women who were right there in the trenches of motherhood with me, going through the same thing. And we started to form these bonds and these connections. And before I knew it, we were running errands for each other, like dropping off coffee and meals at each other's houses, getting together for play dates, picking up kids from school for the other person if it was needed, like sharing recipes. Planning for dinner like takes up so much mind space, but having somebody be like, this recipe is amazing, you should do it, like that was helpful in so many ways. They were there to bounce ideas off about like children's sleeping habits and how do I get them to eat this, all of the things. They're there to reassure you that no one is alone in this. Having a community in a village that gets it can make you feel seen, and that is such a wonderful weight off your chest, off your shoulders, to be seen. It's a form of self-care to have these connections, and it's a form of self-care to pour into them. There is a lot of research out there that shows when you do physical activity with other people, like going for a walk, going for a hike, doing a group workout class, even just like shopping at Fry's or Costco, walking down the aisles together, moving your body side by side, that connection and that willingness to open up on a deeper level becomes easier. And studies have shown that exercise can be a natural and effective way to relieve tension and stress and to boost physical and mental energy and to enhance well-being through the release of these endorphins. By focusing on that workout, focusing on moving your body, focusing on the conversation you're having with your friend next to you, you are giving your mind a break from that invisible mental load, those 80,000 things that you were thinking of, that load of motherhood. It doesn't even have to be like a particularly intense workout. You can get endorphins flowing just by moving, taking a walk, going for a swim, having a dance party, like some of us were talking about earlier, for sure. Like some of my favorite times with my children growing up, we would just throw on music and all just dance for like 30 minutes. And then they were tired and went to bed. So that was good. Getting outside, gardening, finding what brings you joy will release those endorphins so much quicker. You need to really find the one that speaks to you and that brings your heart joy. I hear it from moms all the time. I see it every day. They come to class like stressed and tired and overtouched, on the verge of tears, and after spending just an hour filling their cup with movement, with connection of the other moms, they leave joyful, happier. It doesn't take long for that mind shift, for that heart shift to happen once they get moving. For most healthy women after pregnancy, the Department of Health and Services recommends at least 150 minutes a week of exercise spread throughout the week. Before you engage, though, in any workout program, there are things that need to be considered. You need to be cleared to exercise by your doctor. Consider visiting a pelvic floor specialist to work through any recovery needed from childbirth. You need to take time to warm up your body fully, pull it down and stretch after your workout. Begin slowly and then increase your pace. Like, don't just jump in and be like, I'm gonna run a marathon, even though I gave birth 6 weeks ago, it's fine. Drink all of the water, especially here in Arizona, so hot. Wear a supportive bra, maybe two. I used to wear 2 bras to class when I first started, especially because I was breastfeeding and I would have to put those nursing pads in case I was leaking, just to make yourself feel more comfortable, relieve some of that pressure. Nice supportive bra. Stop exercising if you feel any pain, and then seek the appropriate help. Listen to your body as you move. Honor your body by picking exercises that will challenge you, but that won't hurt you. We like to focus on functional exercises that strengthen your body to perform the tasks that you do every single day. For example, squats. You will do this many times throughout the day as you pick up toys or pacifiers, as you pick up your children. They use the same muscles that you use to get up and down as you sit in a chair. Another one we like to use a lot is up and over. So picture going up and over a baby gate. Each foot, you will step over so many baby gates just to get you ready for that. When you're caring for a newborn, finding time to exercise can be super challenging. There's hormonal changes that can make you emotional, and some days that you might feel too tired for a full workout. Don't give up. Find ways to move your body, even if it's just cleaning, walking around the block, all of that. Schedule the time in and you'll be more likely to do it. Include your baby by going for a walk in the stroller, or let them lie next to you on the floor while you do simple exercises. That way they can work on their tummy time. You can work on feeling strong. There's ways to even do exercises safely with your baby in a carrier. Exercise after pregnancy may not be easy, but it can do wonders for your well-being and giving you the energy that you need to care for your child, and it can give you strength for motherhood. So I would love to get us up and moving a little bit and kind of walk you through some functional exercises. So what we are going to do is go ahead and stand. Let's do a quick little warm up. So just taking that right foot and let's circle that foot both directions. I'm going to walk us through a cardio exercise. Switch the direction if you haven't, a strength exercise and a core exercise, switch, that you can use when you have your child with you, and switch directions. And when you have them in the carrier, if you're just holding them, amazing. Give me nice big hip rolls. Or if they are older, they can do them with you. There's lots of different levels of intensity. Switch that direction that you can use to match what you're feeling for that day. Because every single day, out here, arms across your chest, every single day, you're going to feel different about how hard you want to push yourself, up and over, what your body can handle. So just remember to listen to your body. Here we go. We're going to reach and pull, bringing your heel to your glutes. Amazing. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, so for 50 seconds, we are going to do jumping jacks right here. So you're going up, arms up all the way and down. There are lots of variations. If you have your baby in your carrier, you can hold them right there. You don't need to do the jump. You can take it step out, side to side. Perfect. If you're breastfeeding, you can hold right here. That makes things more comfortable for sure. Yes. Amazing, mamas. You have lots of different options on how to take the intensity level up or to bring it back down, depending on how you are feeling. We're almost there. You got 15 seconds and you look amazing. Perfect. Keep it up, keep it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that rest, big deep breath in. Next exercise we're gonna walk through is squats. We talked about this. We do these all the time throughout the day. reaching down to pick up those toys, reaching down to pick up our kids. So I want you to think about shoulders down and back, hips tucked under, belly button pulled in towards your spine, up towards your heart, sitting that booty back into a chair, keeping your knees behind your toes. We're gonna do this for 50 seconds again. Yes, you can do this with the baby carrier in front of you. You can do this holding your newborn. Just move slowly. And if anything hurts, you need to check yourself. Maybe go see a specialist. During pregnancy and after, our body is releasing relaxin, which definitely goes to all of those joints, making them much more flexible. So don't overdo it. Keeping those knees behind your toes, sitting that booty back, chest is up. Yes, ladies, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice work. All right, we're heading down to the ground. We're doing some bridges, which is an amazing exercise postpartum. Heels flat on the ground. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, lift up your hips, squeezing at the top. This, you can hold your baby right here. Toddlers like to sit right here. So you think it's fun, it's playtime. We're in it. 50 seconds have started. Squeeze at the top. As you progress and you want to add a little more, you can take one foot off the ground, make insert a switch. You can add weights in and give me a chest press. Or if you have a child that can lay straight as a board, that's always fun. Nice, ladies. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. So those are just some exercises that you can do, functional movements that you use throughout the day. I would love if you stay right where you are. And I would like to read you a little meditation. So go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. If closing your eyes is not for you, go ahead and just lower your head. Maybe stare down the bridge of your nose. Focus on your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You are strong, beautiful, amazing. You have survived sleepless nights, heaving, colic, being screamed at, maybe heard mom more times than you can count, some days far too many times. You have wiped tears, probably boogers. You've been spit up on, maybe thrown up on too. You've been snuggled, held. You've rocked, fed, kissed, and given more love to another person than you may have ever thought possible. You are ridiculously strong. Your body has changed, and sometimes you may not even recognize your own reflection. Maybe you've struggled through postpartum hair loss, hormones, intense periods and mood swings. Your body is a source of comfort, yes, but it's also home. It's the place your child wants to be wrapped against or seated beside after they take a tumble or have had a rough day. You're a warm hug, a kind smile, a generous heart, a perfect purr, that knowing look, the best parts of your little one. You are beautiful. You are taking time for you, prioritizing your health and well-being so you can be your best self, the best parent, friend, partner possible. You have pushed your body sometimes past what you thought possible. You've stayed up too late or been woken too early and still show up for this family every day. You have done all of this and so, so much more, Mama. You absolutely amazing. Inhale, exhale, wiggle those fingers and toes, open your eyes and reacclimate yourself to your room. One more big deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Give yourselves a hug, ladies. You're amazing. Okay, thank you. So even those 3 exercises and taking that moment to quiet, like you can feel that joy. I'm so grateful to Fourth Trimester for having me here to talk with you ladies today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks so much, Shawna. That was great. I feel so much better already. I was like, wow, that was not that hard. And I feel amazing. Yeah.
Yay.
That was really fun. Thank you. So I'm going to pop us all off of Facebook Live. If you guys would like to ask Shawna any questions, feel free to join us in the Zoom. But all right, we'll see ya.